When Ukraine received US-made F-16 fighter jets last August, it saw it as a potential game-changer in the Russia-Ukraine war. But it seems reality has set in. We say that because Ukrainian officials now acknowledge that these jets are no match for Russia's more advanced Su-35s. And alone, it cannot tip the balance in Ukraine's favor. Yuri Ignat, a former spokesperson for Ukraine's Air Force Command, spoke to Ukrainian media and said that the F-16s Kyiv received are outdated and simply not built to compete with Russia's Su-35s in direct aerial combat, adding that Ukraine's fighter jets lack the technology, the weaponry and overall capability to engage with Russia's best warplanes head-to-head. Many of Ukraine's F-16s were reportedly built in the 1980s and the 1990s. While some have received upgrades, they still lack modern radars which allow pilots to detect and engage enemies from much greater distances. Meanwhile, the Su-35 comes with advanced long-range sensors that give Russian pilots a major advantage. Now, weaponry is another issue. Ukraine's F-16s carry the AIM-9 and AIM-120 missiles, which are much shorter ranges compared to the Su-35's arsenal. Russia's Su-35s fire the R-77 and the R-37 meters air-to-air missiles. The latter has a range of over 300 kilometers, while the Ukrainian missiles have a range of around 120 kilometers. This means Russian pilots can strike from distances where Ukrainian pilots can't even detect them. Unlike the F-16, which reportedly relies on conventional aerodynamics, the Su-35's engines allow it to perform extreme aerial maneuvers. So in a dogfight, this gives Russian pilots a massive edge. The Su-35 also has a longer combat range, allowing it to operate deeper into enemy airspace without refueling. Even with these disadvantages, Ukraine still hopes to make use of the F-16s. But officials admit that they need an entire network of air defense systems, electronic warfare tools, and support aircraft to stand a chance against Russia's superior air fleet. And standalone, F-16s will not cut it. This means Ukraine is using the F-16s just for air defense, for taking down drones and cruise missiles rather than engaging Russian jets in direct combat, or simply for patrolling. As you can see on your screens, the visuals right now, these are recent visuals of F-16s hovering over the skies in Ukraine. Beyond technology, another challenge is sheer numbers. Ukraine has only received around 20 F-16s from allies like the Netherlands and the Denmark. Russia, on the other hand, has far more Su-35s. It is estimated that Moscow has at least 100 Su-35s in its arsenal. Meanwhile, apart from all these challenges that I've listed down, training is also an issue. Ukrainian pilots trained in Europe and the US are still adapting to these Western jets after years of flying Soviet-era MiGs and Sukhois. Meanwhile, Russian pilots have years of experience flying the Su-35, and it has extensively been used in combat against Ukraine. As you can see in these images, the Su-35 has also been used in the Syrian civil war. And just to put the comparison in numbers, the F-16's top speed is about 2,400 kilometers per hour, while the Su-35 reaches 2,700. The F-16's combat range is around 900 kilometers, while the Su-35 nearly doubles, that's at 1,600 kilometers. The Su-35 also carries more weapons, weighs more, and has a larger wingspan, which enhances its stability and control. So what does all this mean for Ukraine, the F-16 that it has compared to Russia's Su-35? It means that the F-16s, while an important addition, will not be enough to challenge Russian air superiority.